Is there any other like functional areas that you've seen struggle with kind of the culture shift that can come along with being a product-led organization?
Yeah, well, that is just one. Like, how fast can we move? What is the pace? Experimentation. The question you asked there of how could we do this is fantastic because I'm not saying it's possible, but like, how could we? And then you're really
Like,
getting
what
them to
if?
think. Yeah. What if I'm crazy, but we could do this in 2 days? What would that have to look like? And so then you open up a lot of different possibilities there. The other part of like cultural pieces that have changed, we talked about transparency. The other one, simplicity as well. I do feel like it's super underrated, but a lot of product companies make things easier. They make them more simple. And so how could we allow that to happen? And so it all usually ties back to eventually the strategy and what are the strategic choices we have to make. And I love the book Essentialism for this. Like the cover of the book is my favorite. There's like this little energy bubble that looks like a sun. It's like diffusing energy in 10 different directions, 1 inch though in 10 different directions. And then there's one arrow that's like 10 inches in one direction. And so that's essentially the mental picture you want to have of your streamlined company. And if you're going to be product led, you have to learn to really say no to a lot of things. You will have customers that come to you and say, oh, you know what, Stephanie, I would love to have this special sauce in your product. And you're like, oh, yes, that would be nice. Does it impact or would it help the majority, the other 80% of users? If no, then okay, we're not going to do it unless it's an experiment. And so that's hard to do at scale because there's so many unique directions you could take it, but it takes a lot of focus, which is underrated. And it's really hard for founders to do that for the long term.